preparing to go live, and we are live, Anita. Just need to see your beautiful face and you off mute.
I know.
Good.
How come I can't find my... Oh, yeah. Okay, wait a minute.
We're live.
I know we're live because you're live and I'm alive and we're actually talking to each other. And if we were dead, we couldn't do that. Start video.
There you are.
There's my hairspray. Yeah. I know you want to see my hairspray.
There you are.
I'm here. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Facebook world. We are live. Wake Up with Toastmasters with Anita Della Croce. I love saying her name. It's so fun to say. It's a fun name. I don't think we even have a topic today, so I'm really excited about that.
Oh.
But I figured that we would talk a little bit. Anita, you belong to a few clubs.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do.
And why don't you go one by one and tell us a little bit about your clubs and what makes it unique, and why do you have a few clubs that you belong to?
Oh, I have a few clubs because I like Toastmasters. I like the organization, but I like the people in the organization. That's what draws me to Toastmasters and sort of keeps me there. So let's see. I belong to Lions Roar is my oldest club.
What is the name of it?
Lions Roar.
Lions Roar. LIONSROAR.
Yeah. Like the lion. Yeah, that's what we do. So yeah, that's my kitty cat club. Not really, but it's the club that I joined in 1996 or somewhere in there. 97, and I keep forgetting the year. Could have been 95. At any rate, I was very active with them for about 8 years, and then my schedule changed, and I had to take a very long hiatus. So I came back with vengeance in 2017. And here I'm still here, still running strong. And learning more and having a ball. So I belong to that club. They meet twice a month.
Okay. I was gonna say, tell us a little bit more. They meet twice a month. What days?
They meet twice a month on a Wednesday, the second and fourth Wednesday of the month.
Time?
So we're 6 o'clock at night. We meet from 6 o'clock to 7:10.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And what makes them unique? What is their unique proposition?
They're very accepting, and you're going to hear this repeated. They're very accepting of everyone. They stick with what needs to be done in the meeting, and then we get nuts if we want to. So we're fun. We're fun with each other. I think, and it's true with most clubs, because once you get to know somebody, you become a community, you become a family. And what the families do, they pick on each other. And I love that. A little elbow in the ribs. Now it's kind of, it's hard to do the elbow in the ribs over Zoom, but we can do that. We can do that. They meet hybrid. So they have some people showing up in person at the conference room. And some people, such as myself, are still on Zoom. So that's fine.
Yeah.
And it works out really well. They've figured out that technology, which is something I can't do. I mean, I would need someone to do that for me. That's Lions Roar. Then there is, let's see, my brain is not working. Vegas Stars. Vegas Stars meets every single Sunday at 2:30. We have a meet and greet at 2:15. But we meet every single Sunday, and it's a good club for people that are busy through the week and they don't have time to go to a weekday meeting. So here we are. We meet on Sunday afternoons, which seems to be good because if you're out partying on Saturday night, you're at least over the fact of your little buzz, and you can still have a good meeting and still laugh and we have fun. And that meeting, also in Toastmasters, in Lions Roar, there are at least 2 people that come from outside of Las Vegas. In Lions Roar, we have 2 people that come from outside of Las Vegas. So we will always be Zoom.
Yes.
Primarily because we don't really have a venue unless I try to pack everyone into my house. And that would be an easy bathroom location, down the hall to the right. Always the easiest way to do that. But Vegas Stars has a diverse group of people, and we get nuts. We have fun. We have a lot of fun. While we're learning, that's the best way to learn.
Is the best way to learn. Yes.
And you had one more question about that.
As Ralph Smedley has said, and
Yes.
encouraged.
As Ralphie has said, yeah, you have more fun while you're learning.
Yeah.
That goes back to kindergarten, clapping your hands and you're learning the alphabet.
Yep.
When you're singing a song, you're just having a ball. So that's a good thing. And now Lions Roar is 25 years old. 26 actually. The Vegas Stars is about 4 years old almost. 4 years.
Okay.
We restarted. We do our little, our wave of membership, I call it. Sometimes we're up there and sometimes we're down. There's a little wave that happens, and it's primarily dependent on people's schedules. But we meet every week, and the good thing about meeting every week, and I tell this to everybody, is if you miss a week, you got at least 3 more chances.
Yeah, I love the weekly meetings because I do tell people that they don't have to be there every single day. Or every single meeting for Valley Voices and Vices. I'm there every single meeting because I just enjoy being a part of that group. And then Toastmasters in the Kitchen, which meets on Sundays. Sometimes it's just hard to meet every single Sunday. So at least we meet every single Sunday, and that I will meet twice a month because you just need that weekend at break where you're not, I have to be somewhere, so.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So there's no stress. There's just, if you're stressing, something's wrong.
Yes.
Toastmasters should slide into Toastmasters and slide out of it. So it's not a problem.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's one good, really, really good thing. That's the caveat with the club that does meet only twice a month. If you miss one meeting, then you've only got one other chance that month to meet with your club.
Mm-hmm.
But when you meet every week, then you have a little wiggle room. I call it.
Yeah, just a little.
You can plan your schedule, and sometimes Sundays necessitate family time, and you got to schedule your family, and that's more important.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's good. So I like the Sunday meetings for that. It's the other club that I generally meet with. Oh dear, I'm running into a brain freeze here.
What makes Vegas Stars unique?
We're all stars in our own right. Yeah, some people say, "Oh, are you Las Vegas entertainers?" Oh, wow. We're all stars in our own right. And I love to make that reference because there are a million stars up there. But when you look in the night sky, you see a lot of stars, but every now and then you see some of them are really brighter than the others. And yeah, I know those people. I know those people.
I like that. I like that analogy.
Yeah, it's a good club. And other than that, we're not special, but we are special because we're there. We're part of the group.
Yeah.
Toastmasters is a community.
Exactly. So now, are there members in Vegas Stars that are in Lions Roar as well?
Yes, there are a couple of people that have made that crossover, and I think it's the time element as well.
Mm-hmm.
Lions Roar meets twice a month, and Vegas Stars meets every week.
Yeah.
So a lot of people bounce back and forth. So maybe they'll do twice a month at Vegas Stars, twice a month at Lions Roar. Got to get my clubs in order. And so they're still getting at least 4 or 5, maybe 6 meetings a month. And the thing about meeting more often and joining other clubs, which is what I've done, is that if I need to give a speech, if I'm working on a path, I can do that. So I'm not taking someone else's slot for speaking or one of the leadership roles that I need to hone up on.
Yeah.
So I can do that. I can spread myself out. I'm not spreading myself thin. I wish I could spread myself thin. The doctor would love that. But
That's funny.
it's not happening. Not right away, not during the holiday season. But there you go. It's a matter of doing what you need to do in the time that you can allot yourself to do it. And I say allot yourself because you have to be present to accomplish your goals.
Yes.
And this time of year, speaking of goals, this time of year is a great time to try to pump up membership, bring guests in, because a lot of people are in the mode of, what am I going to do with my life? How can I change it and make it better? The first of the year is coming up. Let me think about something creative, something I can do to help myself, because it's all me oriented. Your goals are me oriented.
Yeah. Which should be your own goals.
Yeah.
So, which Toastmasters, and it's funny, one of our members, Tanya, it dawned on me, it was a couple of months ago, and she's like, Jennifer, I need to continue with my self-development, and it is definitely a self-development, because you learn so many different things about yourself and about organization and about communication and leadership. And see how I went down the slide back to leadership, because it is about you first. And if you have your discipline and your confidence, that's self-development right there. It's working on you, and then everything is basically a byproduct as you're working on you. So leadership and communication.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I like that byproduct.
It's a byproduct, Toastmasters will eventually, I just think of the manufacturer, right? And you're making material, you're like you're quilting, and then you have a little strand. What are you going to do with this little piece? Oh, I'll make a pillow. It's a byproduct.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, I've gotten into quilting now.
I know, that's why I mentioned that.
I didn't realize that you knew that, but
I know things about people. I remember.
I just, and I never thought I'd enjoy quilting, but my goodness, it's while away the hours while I'm unsewing what I've sewn up incorrectly. I love it. Now when you're learning quilting, you're also learning how to unsew.
Yes. Yeah. And properly without damaging the material.
Put it back together. And the analogy there is, you're giving a speech, and the first time you give a speech, it's not going to be good. I mean, it's not going to be the best you could give. You'll have to get the evaluation. You'll have to hear from other people how you presented. Did you present everything you wanted to present in your speech? So you look for the people that are giving you your evaluations, or sometimes people will just put something in chat for you or contact you. So, you could have done this with your speech. It would have been so much more fun, And it's not considered criticism. It's considered, give me that nugget that I can use. Yeah. I can melt it down. If I have a nugget, I can melt it down. If I don't have a nugget,
and you just keep on doing the same thing. Yeah. So you just keep on doing the same thing. One thing that I met someone the other day, and she was like, well, I need a beginners club. And I started laughing because I'm like, it's every single meeting is beginning. Somebody's a beginner. It's a beginner on this type of speech. It's a beginner on their communication style. It's a beginner on their mentorship. Everybody you start off as a beginner, and then you move right along. We're here to provide you a safe and supportive environment where you can grow, right? I can't remember the rest of our mission, but it's where you can grow safely. So as you're talking about evaluations, it is done very professional, safe, and it's a growth opportunity. In one of our meetings, Doris, your growth opportunity, instead of I will challenge you, this is where your growth opportunity is. And then you stand up and you listen, because why are we here, right? It's our growth opportunity. It's like, what else do I need to know, and how is it going to make me better? And so now when you're listening to that evaluation, it's not like, oh my gosh, I did so horrible. It's, what can I improve on? And it'll make me better. And you're shining about it. Like, thank you so much for that information. So do you feel that way when you get your evaluation?
Yeah, I want to hear, what have you got to say? I need to know from you how I came across.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't tell from myself, oh, I came across because she got it. I don't know if you got it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I gave it the way you need to hear it.
Yeah.
And everyone needs to hear something a little differently. We all listen through our filters.
Mm-hmm.
And I think as Toastmasters, you learn to dismiss some of those filters so that you can accept what people are saying.
Yeah.
By the 7 minutes you have to give a speech.
Yeah.
If you don't get your message across, or what you think you want to say across in 5 to 7 minutes, you've kind of wasted your time. So tell me how I could take 5 to 7 minutes and make it better.
Yes.
I'm trying to say something to you.
And it goes by so quick, 5 to 7 minutes. I am famous for my speeches and say, what? When I see the timer, what? I've already did 5 minutes. There's so much more I want to talk about.
I always tell people it's another speech.
Yeah. Well, that'll be another speech.
It's part 2.
Yeah. We have just a few minutes, even though we started off late. We still want to be done about 6:30. So what are your other 2 clubs?
Let's see. Authors and aspiring authors.
Oh, one of my
that's
favorite.
an advanced club. In order to be a member of an advanced club, you have to be a member of a regular Toastmasters club, because there's certain things we dismiss in our protocol that aren't necessary for our growth. Our dedication is authors and aspiring authors, and that is anyone who wants to write a book, anyone who wants to publish a book. We talk about self-publishing. We talk about the ins and outs of how you do what you do, the steps you need to take in editing a book and producing a book. There's so many different ways to do it. And the point is about this authors and aspiring authors, the thing we focus on is writing prompts, writing challenges. Writers have to write every day. You've got to get into the word you used earlier, discipline. You've got to discipline yourself to write, because when you're going to write a speech, it's like, what am I going to do? What am I going to talk about? Oh my goodness, I have no idea where to start. That's a writer's block, because you're blocking your own mind. And if you keep prompting yourself to do it, then you'll gain success. You'll have success.
Nice. I like that club. I like the whole thought process of it. I've attended a couple of times, but I am not an inspiring author. So I like to pop in, but I really like the structure. I really like your themes each month of, this month we're going to learn about, or this week we're going to learn about self-publishing, book design, writing, how to put your layouts of your story. So for those of you who are dreaming, because we're always dreamers about being an author, then that club is definitely for you. Even though you have to be a Toastmaster at another club, join one of these other ones and then join that one at the same time, because it's definitely a different format. And what do I want to call it? A growth club as well. What's the last one?
Well, a holistic is one I'm involved with as well. Now, holistic. Authors meets every Friday night, and they are a weekly club as well, because you've got to get that focus in. The other one I can talk about is holistic Toastmasters. Holistic meets on Monday mornings at 11:30 in the morning, and they are also a weekly club. And their focus is holistic, but
Yeah.
getting your body and your mind in sync,
Yeah.
that sort of thing. So, and that's something they work on or they concentrate on.
Not you. I was telling my son.
Ah, okay.
He's walking by, so I'm like,
Did he see you do that?
yeah, he did. He
It
did.
looked like he went straight to the cupboard to get his coffee, something. Coffee. Oh, that sounds good. I haven't had my coffee yet. It's just about time for that. But Holistic is they're going through their membership wave as well. So, and
Yes.
that's what I think a lot of the clubs are doing right now. But like I said, this is a good time of year to think about, what am I going to do in this next year? What can
Yeah.
I reset as a goal?
Yeah.
I don't believe in resolutions. To me, resolutions are something you talk about. Goals are something you accomplish.
Yeah, because resolutions is for the, how do I want to say it? Something that you're resolving within inside yourself, but goals is something that you want to obtain. Or
Achieve. Yeah. It's something you know you can head toward. And a goal can be moved slightly. It can be
Mhm.
nudged into another way. Like giving a speech. I'll give a speech, or someone will give a speech, and while they're talking about what they're talking about, I'll be thinking, wow, I'd like to hear more about what they're talking about, but they went into something that they just barely touched on. I want them to tell me more about that.
Yeah,
What did you
absolutely.
just
Oh my gosh.
touch on? I want to hear more
So,
about that.
so many speeches where I will sit and go, I want to hear more. There's a continuation, and that's another beauty of Toastmasters, is that's the beauty of networking, because you've learned something about someone, about their job, about their family, about themselves, and you want to hear more. And then you will approach. Now you have confidence to approach people, right? To approach and say, I really like that. Let's have lunch, let's have dinner, whatever, and let's learn more about what you have to say.
Yeah.
Definitely, it is. You meet so many different people. So, and I was having that conversation with, I think it was with somebody, I can't remember. And I was saying that, and it's more also networking. And oh, I know who. And she was like, well, what benefit do you find from being a Toastmaster? And we were talking about networking groups and stuff. And I go, Toastmasters would be a great way to come, to start your business. She's new in town. So, and there's 2 businesses that she does, to start your business, where she's a trainer, if you want to train, there's people that have organizations, it's a great way to talk to somebody. She also has a little wine business, and that's also a great way to talk to people about what you do. You don't have to hone in on every meeting. This is what I do, because that's what basically networking clubs do. But when you start meeting people and getting to know them, then you talk about what your job is, or when you're doing a speech, you talk about what you do. So it's a great way to network people.
Right. And networking, you said network in a broad sense of the word, exactly what you said, but networking is more personal. And the more personal you can get in your networking, the better success you'll have as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Because you're creating a relationship, and that's something that a lot of people don't grab, is the fact that, I'm not just giving you a business card, I'm giving you an opportunity, and I'm asking you, please call me, let's talk, let's get together.
Yeah.
That's the relationship aspect. Here's what I can do for you. How can I help? How can I help you?
Yeah.
To help me.
Yeah. How can I help you? So, all right. Well, we got down to all of your clubs, right? There's 4. Are there any more?
I visit a lot of clubs, and I was also a member of Sorcerers, and Sorcerers is a good club too. They meet on Monday nights a little later in the evening.
Mhm.
And I started doing another thing. I am doing another thing with teaching. So I had to dismiss myself from that. The people are great. They're very solid Toastmasters. So you get a lot of information from them. You get a lot of growth from them, a lot of inspiration and encouragement. So, and they're fun. They're fun people too.
Yep.
I also visit other clubs when I can. Because again, I just like to be in the presence of Toastmasters. I could be in a really, I don't know, what's the word, pissant mood. Yeah. But I go to a Toastmasters meeting and I'll be lifted.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll be lifted. I'll hear something funny or fun, or my mind starts working. When you are busy with your mind, you're never bored. I'm
Yep.
never bored
Yep.
because there's
Absolutely.
always something to learn. Someone's got something that will tickle my fancy, tickle my ear or my imagination, or tickle my humor.
Mhm. That
And
is funny.
that's the
Yeah,
way.
it does. Especially even after doing Wake Up with Toastmasters in the
Mhm.
morning on Wednesdays, I do have a different kind of energy throughout the day because I've already spoken to somebody who's energetic, number one, and number two, I'm up, I'm ready, and I'm out the door. So that's number two. And then even with my Valley Voices and Vices that I meet in the mornings on Fridays, and after the meeting, I open up the door and I'm like, "Good morning," and they're like, "Oh my gosh,
She's here. She's
that happy
back.
girl." Yeah.
Yeah, it does boost you up, and you cannot deny that that
Mhm.
is the only way to get through the day. Notice I didn't say through life, through
Yeah.
the day,
Day. Yeah, one step
because
at a time.
yeah, one day at a time. And sometimes you could take it back to one moment at a time, but we keep going. And that's what happens. Our community keeps us going. Our community does not put us down. We don't step on anybody.
Nope, not at all.
Yeah.
All right, Miss Anita, it is 6:35. I have put everything in. It goes by really quick. So don't forget to tell your friends about that when you're like, go on, Wake Up with Toastmasters. It goes by really quick. I put all of your club names in the comments on Facebook while we were talking.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, so if anybody has any questions of when they meet, I just put the names of the clubs. You can always go on to toastmasters.org, find a club, and just put in the name of that club, and you get to meet fabulous Anita Della Croce. Love saying your name. Make sure if you do pop in that you say, I saw you on Wake Up with Toastmasters, and I could not show up. Um, I will most likely take some clippings from here and start the campaign of growth, and challenge yourself and what's the new year, because you said a few good things. So you'll get to see your face somewhere on Facebook.
I'm a talking head.
And then just for all of you who follow our fabulous morning show, that we will be off on Thursday and Friday this week. And the jeans, I think the pair of jeans will show up again on Monday. If not, it'll be either me and Jean Williams or Jean Williams and somebody else, but she's back on Mondays and Fridays. I will be back on Wednesday, and Phyllis, I think she'll be back on Tuesday and Thursday. I don't know who she's going to have with her, but maybe it might be me, maybe it might be Jean. So I think Ken's still on vacation. So
Yeah, we're taking a little hiatus in most of our clubs because the Christmas holiday is falling right where too much
yeah,
content.
but the same with us, and Valley Voices and Vices. We're off the next 2 days or 2 weeks. So we do wish everybody happy holidays because we are not going to be there as well. But that's what we do. It's all
That's
right. Well, I have to get going. And so thank you so much for joining us. Is there one last thing that you would like to say?
I had something floating around in my brain, but right now I can't call it to my tongue.
All right. Well, on that note, we are off. You guys have an amazing holiday with you and your families, and we will talk to you next week.
All right.
Hold on.
Thanks very much for the invite, Jennifer.
You are welcome. Thank you. All right.